Hey guys, I went to Tulum, Mexico for the first time and I have spent there several weeks. The thing about Tulum is it is a different kind of beast and I'm going to explain to you why. First and foremost, Tulum is laid out very differently than most beachside cities. You can divide Tulum into 4 sections: the town center, 2 residential neighborhoods and the beach zone. Depending on where you are planning to stay, the commute to the beach zone can be quite far. We stayed in La Valletta, and the distance between our house to Playa Paraíso is anywhere between 6 to 8 kilometers, which meant for us a bike ride of about 35 to 40 minutes or a taxi commute of 10 minutes for an unreasonable price. Okay, here is one thing that you definitely want to know about: the scams. The scams that have been going on Tulum and are mostly unchecked. One of those scams are the taxis, and specifically the taxi prices. The thing is, I've explained earlier that you are going to use taxis a lot in Tulum if you don't rent a car or if you don't own a bike or rent a bike. And they are going to charge you big time. They can charge you anywhere between $20 and to a ridiculous amount. The way you can handle this is by, first, if you know a little Spanish, you can negotiate prices, or what some people told me is you can just simply agree to take the ride, and once they drop you off, you can say that you only have $20 on you, which is a respectable amount for the distance, because as I said, you will travel only anywhere between 5 or 10 kilometers. So it's a respectable amount. You can tell them, hey, look, I have only this amount and I can't pay you any further. So at times they will agree, other times maybe they will drive you to a ATM machine. I don't know, I haven't tried it. I've bought a bicycle for myself, so I wouldn't be depending on any scam activities relating taxi prices. So leave that behind and get yourself a car or a bicycle. That would be a big benefit for you and it will save you so much money. The other thing is, when you rent a car, you are going to be encountering some police officers that might be corrupt. And what I mean by that is they will stop you due to any trumped up charges. They will just simply say like, you did this, XYZ, who cares? They will intimidate you. They are very militarized and they have their weapons visible. And I'm not talking about a small pistol. I'm talking about fully automatic weapons that are, I would see them only on combat zones. So they will intimidate you. And what they are going to do is they are forcing you to pay a certain amount now, which is very high, I think like $2,000. Or they will escort you to a police station, and at times that can be very dangerous because I've heard about witnesses that saw people being beaten up in jail and whatever. So most people are scared and they just pay the money up front and they tell them, look, just let us go and take the $2,000. What you can do in this instant is try to hide your money. Don't tell them that you have any money on you and insist on paying with a credit card. And if they decline, tell them you will follow them to their department, to their police department, and you will pay them the fine right there and then. This is what you can do. And you can try to call the embassy or call the police and tell them, hey, they have stopped me and they want me to pay a fine up front. I'm not able to because I don't have any cash on me. The only way I can pay this fine is by using my credit card. Try to communicate this with the authorities on the phone so you make many people aware and maybe, just maybe, you might scare them off. You can try it. It might work. I've heard several people that actually did that and it did work. The other thing is going to a gas station can be tricky at times, especially in Mexico. I wasn't aware of this all-around service that people are standing at the gas pump and they're filling up your car for you. That's something new. I'm not aware. Where I grew up, you go to the pump station yourself and you actually fill up your car by yourself. So that's not the case here. They are going to fill up the gas for you. So there are two ways they can scam you at the gas station. One is when they type in a different amount, and the other one is when they double charge you, meaning the first transaction didn't work, so they ask you to hold up your card against the machine one more time because it didn't went through. So later on you will realize, hey, I've been double charged. So you can avoid that by simply insert your card, wait, and try to take the machine into your hand. That's one thing you can do. Okay, enough with the scam. Let's take a step back and appreciate the things that Tulum offers that are amazing. So, as I said, I've went to Tulum, Mexico for the first time, and it was incredible. I mean, the beaches were stunning. The water is clear as if you know what I mean. Tulum or the Yucatan Peninsula in general are known for its fascinating cenotes. So-called cenotes are just underground water reservoirs found primarily in this region. I haven't been to one, but when I went there the first time, I was just stunned. Cenotes have crystal clear fresh waters and they are all connected to a cave system. I was told back in the days that those cenotes were a crucial part of the Mayan civilization, serving as a source of drinking water or for religious purposes. Speaking of historic Mayan sites, you will be able to visit a Mayan ruin on the cliffside in Tulum. It is right next to the beach area, and once you are there, you can really realize why the Mayans decided to build right there. The views are just spectacular. Tulum is a very expensive town, and everything in general is almost 40% or 50% higher than the regular prices. Even compared to cities like New York or Dubai, it's very pricey in Tulum. And for example, for any normal regular coffee shop, you pay for anything between $5 or $7, which is pretty high if you compare it to regular towns. And I'm not talking about big cities now, I'm talking about regular towns. And the prices are very high. If you go for a lunch in an inexpensive restaurant, for one person, you might pay anything between $20 or $30. I'm talking about a sandwich. And all around the thing is, there are many things that you have to pay for in Tulum, which I wasn't aware of the first time I went there. The beach has entry fees. You have to pay $4 to enter the beach. The drinks are very expensive. Beach clubs are super expensive. Just to enter the beach club, you have to pay $50, and that's just the entrance fee. Nothing more. You don't get any welcome drinks or any welcome entree, nothing. That's just you walking in this place and you have to pay $50. It's too much. And sometimes they even tell you there is a minimum amount of things that you have to eat or drink, so it's ridiculous. Also here, some people told me you can simply sneak into those beach clubs, just walk through and sit down without them seeing you or whatever. It's just an idea. You can do it. I haven't tried it. I've went to the beaches that are actually for free, and they were mostly pleasant, but at times you thought it's going to be tricky when you go to the water and your stuff just lays around there. Okay. Just to give you a quick overview and a sense of the price gouging in Tulum, I have listed some of our expenses. You can see the expenses in Tulum are very high. You can compare them to other major cities and it doesn't make sense since you are in Mexico in a small town. For a low budget traveler, daily expenses might include a cheap stay at a Airbnb or a hotel, and 3 meals since you might not have a kitchen, a bike and a cappuccino, for example. And that would come to a total of around 120 USD. On the other hand, a mid-range traveler might have daily expenses totaling approximately 300 USD. All in all, the prices in Tulum just seem to depress people and prevent them from even exploring the town further, forcing them to double or triple check prices or receipts. One thing I've never understood is why some restaurants ask for a tip even if the food is for a takeout. Therefore, my overall impression is you better be rich when you come to Tulum and have low standards for quality in almost all aspects. I'm talking about the building materials or the food at times or the roads and what have you, almost all aspects. The general vibe in Tulum is very different than most other cities that I have encountered or any other beach cities that I have encountered so far. The people in Tulum are very nice, don't get me wrong. I'm talking about the people that come to Tulum, the tourists, the people that actually go there for yoga retreats or festivals, music festivals. You have loads of techno parties in Tulum, and the people are a mixture of hippies and Burner Man people. Like, do you know the festival out in the desert in America? So those kind of people, and they are dressed very much in that way. It looks like they are contributing to the drug problem within the country or within Tulum, especially because they are using a lot of drugs and they are buying a lot of drugs, and therefore you will see a high presence of the cartel, and also you will see a high presence of the militarized police that I talked earlier about. So you might get in between crossfires, and that's one thing. The other thing is, it seems like Tulum is trying to imitate Ibiza with the amount of money they are putting into those EDM festivals. I mean, the production value on events such as Afterlife Zemna Festival is insane. I'm talking about the sound system, the huge screens, the location. But unfortunately, those events are often overpriced, overhyped, and overcrowded. While tourism is a big benefit for Mexico and especially for Tulum, mind you, Tulum has only 40,000 inhabitants and roughly 2.5 million people each year visit Tulum. So you get the picture. So everything is overcrowded and just too much. The land is suffering because there are many construction sites and it seems like out of control. Everybody builds anything everywhere. So, in conclusion, is Tulum safe for a visit? I would say yes. But regarding everything I've said earlier, I think you get the picture and you know how to move correctly so you don't get in between any sort of trouble. And if you are aware of all of that, then you will have a great time staying in Tulum for the first time. And even I am considering going there again. Now I will definitely know what to do and how to move correctly so I don't get the hassle of all of these things. Hey, if you have any questions, just leave them below in the comment section and I will get back to you. Thanks for watching and see you soon.